Colton-Persuasive speech.
Fall. It is the best time of the year. The weather starts to change from hot to cool. The trees begin to change color. The best part of fall is that college football is starting. All the fans are going out to the stores to get their new apparel for the year. The NCAA loves this time of year. College football makes the most revenue of all the college sports. Football brings in over half their revenue. Therefore, college athletes should be paid. As a college athlete, it's hard to work with all the time you must put in as a student and an athlete. Sometimes you have to decide between your dreams or being able to pay your bills. I had to do just that. I played a year of college football and I had to give it up because I didn't have time to work. Just imagine if you worked 2 full-time jobs and you weren't getting paid. For most college athletes, this is how it is. How would you go about paying bills if you were in this situation? The NCAA should pay college athletes because of the revenue that they make off the athletes, the number of hours that the athletes must give to their sports, and this policy would also reduce corruption in college sports. So according to moneynation.com, the NCAA makes $12 billion a year in college sports. They make this money by ticket sales, apparel sales, pretty much anything that has the team's logos on it. The reason the NCAA should be paying the players instead of the universities is because the universities only get about a quarter of that. The NCAA makes the universities pay them for being part of that organization. They make a lot of their money from TV and marketing through ESPN and all that. They pay to broadcast those games, but that's why the NCAA should pay the players instead of the universities. Second reason that the players should be paid is the hours that they're spending with their school time and their athletic time. Jeremy Gordon is a student, used to be a student athlete and no longer, he just goes to school now. He says he puts in 2.5 to 3 hours of study time for every hour of class that he's in. You have to do this if you would like to maintain a good GPA in your classes. That way that you can graduate with honors and things like that. BusinessInsider.com says that baseball players, they spend 42 hours a week practicing for their sport. So this doesn't give them much time to go out and get a job along with doing schoolwork and all of that. Basketball players, they spend 39 hours a week preparing for games and that, and football players spend 43 hours a week preparing. I spoke with a friend that I played with at McMurray. His name's Eric Yoakum, and he told me that sometimes he would be at campus from 6:30 to 8 p.m. every day with athletics and classes. When you're in football, you spend the mornings working out, you go to film session, go to class, come back and practice. You go and watch more film after practice. So there's a lot of time put into being an athlete. It doesn't give you much time to go and get a job. That way you can pay for your bills, pay for the things that you need. Also, if we paid the college players, I think it would bring down the corruption level from some of the teams. There's a lot of under the table paying, boosters that pay the players to come to their school. I believe if we sat down and paid the players, that it would allow some of them to be able to choose what school they truly want to go to versus who's going to give them the most money to come play for them. TwoButtonsDeep.com tells us about how the Arizona Wildcats basketball coach Sean Miller was caught on a wiretap speaking about paying one of his athletes $100,000 to come play for him. So if we paid these players, things like that would not happen. So whether it's how much the NCAA makes, the hours that the students put in, or the corruption, all of these things, if not just one, should be why we should pay college athletes. So next time that you're buying game tickets or new apparel, just think about how a portion of that should be going to the college athletes. They deserve to be paid. Thank you.
Jeez.